Hello everybody and welcome back to the video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and today we are back with Queendom Season 2 and the first two performances of Round 1. And yeah, we had checked out the opening performances from every Queendom candidate, and I already said there that I have no idea how the show works exactly. You know, like, I know there's a rating system and everything, and at the end one person will win, but like, no idea how the sketch will be, how the episodes are, and how many performances are there every week, simply because I had not followed either Queendom 1 because I wasn't a K-pop fan back then or hadn't discovered it yet, nor followed Kingdom last year. And for episode 1 we only have two performances, and I would not be surprised if Luna was originally slated to also be part of episode 1 performances, but I think they had COVID when the first round performances were filmed and everything, so they couldn't do that yet. Not sure if we might be getting that at a later date, because we're getting the remaining 3 performances next week in episode 2, at least when I went ahead and checked how Queen Season 1 looked like. The first 2 episodes also featured the first round performances, so I think that's how it's going to be. And yeah, I was unsure exactly if I wanted to say, okay, I wait now till next week and then react to all the performances together, or if I should just react weekly to what has been released that week. And even though I always say, yeah, I'll try to keep the video amount as low as possible because I don't want to spam too much, I think it's totally fine to react to what has dropped every single week. So for this week, we only have 2 performances, and that are the first 2 round 1 performances. First one by VIVIZ and the second one by Hyolyn, which I still hope pronounced correctly. And yeah, we're doing this in the order it was on the show. So the first one is VIVIZ, and the theme / the idea behind the first round is to cover or perform one of the representative hit songs. And one thing that many people were wondering about VIVIZ, and something that many people are wondering about Kepler as well, is what songs are they going to be performing? Because VIVIZ had only debuted just recently, but obviously all 3 girls involved were former G-Friend members, and as we can see, they are allowed to perform G-Friend songs, and they have decided for the first round to pick the combination of Time for the Moon Night and Rough. And I think Rough, the song that basically saved them as a group back then and ended up with 16 wins or something like that, I think that's a perfect choice for that. Yeah, I think that's absolutely ideal. Time for the Moon Night, also enjoyed that one, but I feel like when I hear a representative hit song, I think then I would have definitely expected either Navilera, I think, which also had this huge amount of wins alongside with that, or maybe even Margot, or maybe even Apple or something like that. Like, I would rate those probably higher in the sense of impact and everything, but Time for the Moon Night is an incredible song nonetheless. Features also a great high note by YouTube, who we might be getting someone else to hear. So on paper it looks fantastic already, and I'd say this intro is already going on too long, so let's stop the talking, let's start the reacting. The first round 1 performance of Queendom Season 2 with VIVIZ covering Time for the Moon Night plus Rough, covering, but you know what I mean. Let's check it out. Oh, I'm excited, y'all. This now also, like mentioned, the big experience, because the opening performances were like short teasers, basically. Now here with this. And if I'm not mistaken, this is also my first live performance of the 3, as I haven't checked out any G-Friend live performance yet. So, let's go, y'all. Let's go. I'm excited. Oh, we have an audience! Oh yeah, right. I actually remember reading about it, that some people talked about their experience at the recordings. Oh, that's awesome! Take that crown, Unya. Take it! My goodness, does she look gorgeous. So does Shinbi, so does Umji. The outfits, the styling. Such lovely melody. Oh, I think it's a little bit remixed. Not 100% sure, but it does feel a bit more epic. Yeah, but the outfits, they look fantastic. I love the contrast between the backup dancers and them in white, them in black. They look so pretty. Gorgeous involvement of the backup dancers. Really more of a visual choreo rather than, you know, about the movements. That classic She-Friend feeling though. That classic She-Friend feeling though. The stage looks great too though. I really like the setup here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun following these every week. The vocals though. Not sure if it's 100% live or not. But it sounds amazing nonetheless. Oh, that's so cute. And I do wonder if that's the original choreo too. Or they just adapted it for a trio performance. Butterflies, of course. Oh, that looks gorgeous with the dimmed lighting. But again, the outfit, man. Ooh, now even some... Oh! Yes, Queen! We will meet in the end, even though... Oh, wait, were they there at the beginning too? Oh, but what a transition to rough, though. Wait, have they been there since... Wait, what? Wait, did I really not see the orchestra in the background? I'm not sure actually right now. I gotta get back in a moment, but that transition from Time for the Moon Knight to Rough was gorgeous. Even though I would have loved to see the huge high notes. Must be emotional for them too. To perform the song again in 2022. The violins. It's such a gorgeous song. The stage setup too, it really adds a lot to the visual. There's that riff! It's such an odd addition at first, which you wouldn't expect, but it just sounds so good. Does feel kinda nostalgic for me already, even though I've only reacted to the song just a few months ago. Like 2 or so. Oh? You're 9? Oh wait, Oh. I was trying to figure out like a year date, but I think it's something else. Yeah, because it's 8 numbers and not 6. I think I know those dates, especially this one because it was very recently. January 16th, February 9th, the debut dates of both G-Friend and BBG. Oh man, that's so sad and wholesome in some way, to be honest. Aww. Because as mentioned, it probably was a somewhat emotional experience for them, for the three as well, to go back and perform such song like Rough, which really, like mentioned, saved their career in the sense of, you know, like I remember reading that somebody told me that before that song, before the huge success of it, and like mentioned, it around 15 or 16 music show wins, G-Friend was at the edge of disbanding. So because they're back under a rather small comedy at that point, or were under a small comedy at that point. So that song that saved their career basically, to perform it yet again in the first round of a survival show tournament like this is obviously poetry, you know. I mean, but there could have been a better choice for a song in that first round, to be fair. And to then have these numbers there in the back, or the debut dates, that's some poetry right there, honestly. That, like, man, because as mentioned, as someone that got into K-pop just at the end of 2020, that was actually, I think it was before Mago came out, right? Like just a few weeks or so. But overall, Obviously, I couldn't experience G-Friend's rise, I couldn't experience G-Friend's discography and everything as it came out, and just started to do so earlier this year, where we went for the music videos, and now go ahead and check out the albums and everything. So even despite that, I've been basically in Digi for a rather short time. This still feels pretty devastating in some way, and would not be surprised if this really made some since debut being their buddies a bit emotional. Would not blame you at all, because it's definitely something sad yet beautiful to me. But enough for that. Let's focus on the performance, because that's obviously an important thing, and that's obviously also what some people asked me about last week already. I think once all round one performance were done, I will give you my ratings on the performance, like the opening performance stuff and the round one performance, or maybe we'll leave the first round and just do round one, because the opening performance doesn't really matter, you know. The performance itself was gorgeous, as mentioned. My favorite part about it were 100% the visuals. I mean, come on. Okay, look at this queen right there. Like, the outfits and the entire inscenation and presentation of both the girls and the way the stage was used and everything was simply stunning. They looked amazing, they sounded amazing. As mentioned, not sure if it's 100% live or not, if there's some backtrack involved and whatnot. Doesn't really matter to me either. It sounds great, that is all that matters. The choreo, like mentioned, is more, okay, they're wearing that. I would have been surprised if, like, you know, like, I didn't see that before. The choreo is obviously a bit more elegant, you know, it's not like sharp, strong movements or anything. I think the choreos of G-Friend, at least for these two songs, were really more about the elegance, therefore the visual placement of it, rather than, you know, be like a crazy, powerful dance choreo, whatnot, which really worked well together with, like mentioned, the backup dances, which have this cool contrast to it, you know, the classic black and white, just really makes it stand out that way. The backup dancers definitely added to the visual itself. They look great, they sounded great, and as mentioned, that transition between Time for the Moonlight and Rough, where we then revealed the big orchestra in the background, that was beautiful, you know? Only little complaint would be, I would have loved to see maybe Unya do the huge high note, because it was such a highlight for me for Time for the Moonlight, but all in all, there's really nothing I can criticize, you know? Like, the way we transitioned here is, with the butterflies, the elegant dancing within the dimmed lighting. That's stunning. This transition here, with going up, holding the crown, we will meet in the end, even though the trapped in the time. What? I can't read everything! I can't read everything, it's too fast. We will meet in the end, even though we trapped the time and lost in the... okay. But yeah, that transition here, my highlight of the performance for sure. Beautiful. That transition was very well done. And as mentioned, ending it up with this... with the debut dates. Oh man. BBG's first round performance, representative hit songs, Time for the Moonlight plus Rough. A gorgeous looking performance, both like just in the visual department itself and obviously the choreo. Sounded great. Rough, as mentioned, probably the G-Friend song in terms of success, because it really just saved their career and gave us these many years of G-Friend altogether. So, beautiful opening, beautiful first round performance. I enjoyed this a lot, and I really can't wait to see what other songs they will be doing down the road. Maybe not a G-Friend song, but maybe given that they included the debut dates here already, that may not be the case and was really just for the representative hit song category. We will see about that. I'm really looking forward to it either way. And we're moving over to our second and last performance for today. As mentioned, we will be doing them as they come weekly, but looking at how I'm already at 40 minutes for just this, it may not even be that bad. I'm doing it like this right now because then the videos may end up being too long if we do all 6 in one. And Hyolyn is covering, or what means covering, is performing Touch My Body, which is, if I'm not mistaken, a song from her former group, Sister, which I've actually quite recently realized was actually pretty big at that time. I think they actually have one song out there that has quite a huge perfect all-kill number and whatnot. I'm just currently keeping track of that due to Giotto's success with Tumba, that also is reaching a lot of packs at the moment. So yeah, the thing I've talked about for Hyolyn in the opening performances were that I'm not entirely worried for her, because I thought her vocals were really good in opening performance, and the choreo was, you know, like, a good glimpse, because like mentioned, really were more teasers than anything. But simply because, you know, of fandom support and everything, I feel like the soloist is really... the chances are very very little for a soloist to really be able to stand against a group, just in terms of voting and everything. But maybe the quality will be just as good, and I'm excited to see it nonetheless. As mentioned, Touch My Body, do not know the song, so I'm totally blind on that. So let's just check it out, y'all. Okay, second first round performance for Queendom Season 2. Hyolyn, I have no idea. Performing Touch My Body, original by her former group sister. Check it out. Oh, and obviously I think the crowd has to be quiet given COVID restrictions, right? Like, we only have some applause and everything, but that's it. No shouting. Okay, the thumbnail already kind of jungle inspired. Definitely goes into this forest jungle direction. Slow reveal. We work a lot with the stage there, with the cubes. Oh, she looks great. Ooh. I love the calm water sound setup. Okay, great mood setting intro. Oh, that cape though. Oh, there it goes.
Welcome to paradise.
Oh, I'm digging that vibe. Ooh. That sound is... Ooh. And obviously, we could also directly see what I also talked about the opening round performance. She definitely goes more for the sexy concept. Okay, already very much taking this playful stage concept. What did this song though? Oh, this does sound live though. Yeah, I think it's a mix between a backtrack where she does not sing herself, but then perform actually live there. She sounds great. This does make me realize, so I think back to that time, I'm not sure when the song is from. Oh, voice though. Not sure when it was exactly from, but I think the girl concepts back then were really a bit more about sexy in general, I think. And the girl crush really came just around 2017, 18 or so, so I think before that, we really had more stuff like this. What a backup dances though. That's pretty good. Switch up. Ooh. Ooh, that was smooth. Did the right on beat move there. Ooh, this dancing though. Ooh, the camera effects there really add a lot. And just grab the mic casually. Oh! Really gotta give credit to Mnet straight away for both performances. The visuals from the stage really add much. Oh! The guys with the trumpets in the back though, despite not having any at the moment. Woo! Ooh! She looks amazing, honestly. The live vocals still. she looked and sounded amazing. And there I can yet again really give Mnet a production value credit. Both the BBG and Island performance now thus far really looked stunning on stage. You know, we play a lot around with the stage setup, with these lifting cubes, and just a lot of additional stuff there, which I'm, like mentioned, not sure how, if like Mnet themselves pays that, or if like each company that represents their respective artists really, you know, has to decide how much value we want to put into each performance setup. But looked fantastic, okay? Alone from the visual aspect of this performance, yet again, very well inscenated, looked great. To the performance itself, as mentioned, we could see that at the one of the very first shots in the performance already. After this very cool intro, you know, which really set the mood great and really gave you this tropical like feeling. Again though, this cave, why didn't you perform over the cave? That looked stunning though. But yeah, we saw pretty quickly here, you know, what I mentioned during the opening performance. Hyolyn really goes more, Hyolyn, I still don't know it, I'm so sorry. Goes more for the sexy, for the hot concept, you know. I think she definitely has the confidence in the body to go for that. But that's once again, when I listen out to the full song, the lyrics of it, which was like mentioned, a girl group song from early 2010s, or, you know, just a few years ago and everything. I think really before the girl crush took over, I think majority of the songs were really in this type of direction, you know, with the bit more, you know, suggestive route, or just a bit more into the sexy playful concept and whatnot. You know, it's just something I've observed recently, so makes sense for her to just use that and use it for herself, because she, like mentioned, goes for more of a mature, hot type of vibe and concept overall. But besides that, the song itself sounds fun and everything, but obviously she's the spotlight here, you know. It's about her, it's not just about the song in general, but what she does with it, and she sounds great, you know. Like, we only had a short vocal section from the opening performance. Here we obviously have a lot more, given it's now a full performance this time around, and she sounds great. And given the hey she does in between and whatnot, you can definitely feel that it will, like, at least expect or think that it is live. As mentioned, I just can't judge stuff like that, you know. There have been so many instances where I'm like, hey, they sound amazing live here, but then you actually read after that, oh, there was backtrack or whatnot, you know. I'm personally one of those persons that never really has an issue with lip syncing and everything, you know, like I always see, like for Aspa or whatnot, it's always like a big controversy and I don't know what, but I'm like, who cares, you know, like, just enjoy the performances, you know. Live vocals can sound great and everything, like Dreamcatcher, my favorite group, their live vocals really add a lot to the performances, and I really love them for that, and really enjoy the performances, especially due to that. But it's like, lip syncing does not immediately make a performance less good for me or whatnot, so not sure if it was lip synced or not, but it definitely felt and sounded live nonetheless. And whatever it was, she sounded great, okay? She has a strong voice, she has a great voice, she has a great flavor within it. I really dig that. But it was not just that, but also the dance. We have a strong, long dance break near the end, before the finale, and it was fantastic, you know. She really has a great control over her body, a lot of sharp movements and a lot of sexy movements as example as well. She has the body really on top of that, her hair and everything. It just looked visually again alongside with the stage, especially when we then added the fire here near the end. It looked great, okay? She has the vocals, her dancing is great, she has a great presence, you know. It also you can also just see how much fun she has with it, you know. Where we really can feel like, oh, she wants to do this, you know. She was like, hey, Queendom, let's bring it on. I'm ready to perform, you know. To just feel her enjoyment of performing, and it definitely adds also a lot to the charisma, to the entire stage in general. So here, let's touch my body. It was really enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with this, and again here at the end, where we had a lot of backup stuff involved in like both dances and like here performance and whatnot. But the way these guys continue to perform with the trumpets and stuff while nothing was even going on, and we're just like, you know, that was a bit of a humorous moment right there. But overall, a good performance, you know. Like mentioned, I really can't really criticize anything about it. I went totally blind into this in terms of the song. Song sounded fun, you know, and it really suited her her concept and her aura and her presence with the more sexy and hot and mature approach. Her dancing was on fire, and her vocals were also pretty damn strong. And I feel like when you then go ahead in later performances and maybe give her a fully vocal focused song, which, like mentioned, obviously will not play into her strong dance, but like you maybe can do a dance break or whatnot in between, I have no idea. But like, I really see the potential and sense of, you know, she can definitely be a good contender here, you know. Again, it will be hard to decide whether or not she really will have a chance to maybe win this entire thing or not. But I feel like you don't even exactly need to be. I think one of also the biggest things about these shows is obviously the reach you can get with it, and if you can like gain new fans by the standard of your performances. And thus far, this is a great standard to have. The opening performance segment was okay, you know, it was a good glimpse. Now, the first full performance that I've seen from her, really enjoyable. Really nothing to criticize here at all. Dancing great, vocals great, stage presence on top. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Really makes me excited to see what other stages she will have prepared for the future. Maybe some more vocal, maybe some more dance focus. I'm excited to see what the future has in store for her on the show. So yeah, Hyolyn's Touch My Body. I had a lot of fun with this and the BBG performance. I enjoyed both of them a lot. Now, if you guys enjoyed my reactions, if you did, go ahead and like down below to show me that you did. What are your thoughts on the first two round one performances of Queendom Season 2? Did you enjoy BBG or Ellen more? Hyolyn. When we react to her the next time, we'll have her name pronunciation right. Trust me on that. Tell me all thoughts about it down below in the comments as well. And as always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, if you want to support me, then you can leave a step as well, or support my Patreon. It would help me a lot. And yeah, we will see each other again with Queendom Season 2 next week. Like then probably with Brave Goods, Kepler, and Wade GSN or Cosmic Goods. And then like mentioned, not sure if Luna's round 1 performance will be released at a later date. Because the thing is, I'm actually if they have, given that we have an audience here, you know, then people will know whatever or not it will have been recorded already. And if it has, then I would be surprised why they didn't just include it here already, or if they haven't yet and have yet to record that. I have, like mentioned, no idea. I guess we will just have to wait and see. I would just take the performances as they come. That's generally a thing, though. I probably will only check out the performances and nothing else besides the show. You don't really just hear for the music, for the K-pop, basically. So all the behind the scenes drama stuff and whatnot. Ain't really my interest for now. But yeah, two really good opening performances really makes me excited for more. And yeah, other than that, we have a lot of other great K-pop content coming up. Dreamcatcher as soon they're coming with a single full album. Next week is stacked for the Wolf of Comeback. So for whatever content you may be interested in, for whatever content you may want you in for, I'll see you again soon on this channel. Stay safe, have been happy, have a great time, have a great Friday, and start into your weekend. And see you again soon with more Queendom or K-pop reactions. Thanks for watching.